This video is going to be on the Nautilus U614 and U616 exercise bike and the clanking, thumping problem that a lot of people seem to have. This is a view of the bike pedal that is on the U614 Nautilus bike, and after some time reading lots of the complaints on the internet and user comments on some websites, I try to figure out where the sound was coming from. A lot of people think the clanking sound is coming from the inside of the bike. I believe it's coming from the bike pedal. And I contacted Nautilus, and they seem to agree with me, and they thanked me for taking the time to troubleshoot. Now I'm going to see if I can make that, simulate that sound or make that sound now. I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can. I can't get the sound to happen right now. Normally the sound happens on the, this is at the top, this is the top of the cycle for the bike pedal, and normally it happens around there. So we're at the bottom part, and I'm going to get the sound on the video. It's not happening now. I believe that it is inside the bike pedal. I believe it's somewhere inside this part of the bike pedal, and the pedal thumps. It's not doing it now. That's why it's really tricky and confusing, and I could be wrong. But the pedal starts to thump on the shaft over here. So let me try to get that sound to happen. I'll get on the bike and do some pedaling, and we'll see what happens. I've got a top view of the bike pedal. Let's see if I can get this to clank. It's not clanking now, but after a few seconds of warming up it will. Let me see what level I am on. I'm not on any level. The level also seems to make a difference when there's a little bit of level 4 is when it's starting to do it right now. You're going to hear it right now. Let me get the camera on a tripod. I'm sitting on the bike now. I have this on level 4. That seems to be related to this problem, is the level that you're on decides how smoothly this thing seems to pedal. And it's going to start to make the noise in a minute. Right now. You hear it? That's not my foot clanking. You'll hear it again. Now, 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 now. Now I'm relaxing my foot inside the strap, and that's when you can either hear or see that my foot raises up a little bit on the pedal. Didn't do it. Right now. It's doing it every other cycle. And it seems to get much worse. The longer you pedal, the longer I pedal, the worse it gets, and then it starts to disappear, and then it comes back, and if I slow it down and the foot starts, if I put a lot of pressure on the pedal, forcing my foot in there, it doesn't make the noise, and then if I relax a little bit, there. And I'm kind of stomping my foot around in there now so you can hear it. Hear it? That's the clunking sound. I want to see if I can make it do that sound off the bike. Hear it? That is the sound. And I keep thinking maybe it's in here. Maybe it is. It could be, but I don't think it is, because when I move this around, there's no clanking sound. So I think it's in the bike pedal. You can take off this little edge piece, and inside you will see a nut that I believe holds this on to the spindle. But if you have the problem, go out and either buy some new bike pedals. You can buy them in plastic or metal. Or if you're under warranty, contact Nautilus. Let them hear the clanking sound. Tell them you think it might be the bike pedal. And if you mention the bike pedal, which is the cheapest repair for them, they should send you the pedal. They sent it to me FedEx. I got it in 2 days. And I think that's the way to fix the problem. No guarantee. I don't know for sure. I will update. Again, this only happens in certain positions, the upward position going down, like right around here. So I've got a new bike pedal. Use the tool that came with the bike. Unscrew the pedal. Remember, right side screwed in originally clockwise and the left counterclockwise. So to remove the right, you are going to go counterclockwise. That's to your left, if you don't know what I'm talking about. And on the left pedal, you're going to turn it to the right. Put on a new pedal. Hopefully that solves your problem. Hopefully you're able to get the pedal on warranty from Nautilus Bowflex. And maybe this will solve your problem of the thumping, clanking sound. If you like my videos, do a thumbs up, subscribe, a like. If this saved you time or you want to help me out, go to my channel page. Please click on the support button and help me out with some moolah, some dinero, if you want to. And if not, as long as this fixes the clanking, thumping problem and you're able to ride your bike and get exercise and stay healthy, that's the most important thing. What we have here is the box that the new pedal came in and the tool that I'm going to be using to remove the old pedal. And here we go. Again, this is on the right pedal, so make sure you get the wrench on there. And because it's the right pedal, you're going to be turning. Wow, I tightened that up. That's amazing. I tightened that up thinking that might have been the problem. Tightened it up not more than 2 days ago, and it's finger tight. So that could be the problem right there. Originally, when I had the clanking sound, I tightened things up. The clanking sound went away. So there just might be an incredible amount of play inside here. I might need the new pedal, or maybe it's just that this thing doesn't get tight enough, and so it starts to loosen, and there's a lot of play on there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put on the new bike pedal, but before I do that, I'm going to put on some plumber's tape, if I can, and see if that fixes it. So you might want to do that if you can't get the bike pedal, or you just want to try a home remedy. Put some plumber's tape on there and see if that fixes it. You should be able to see over there we have the threaded shaft, and that's what you're going to want to put your plumber's tape on. Very thin threads. Again, I don't know if it is a bad pedal, slop in the pedal, or if it's just that this thread comes loose and wobbles around inside this hole here. And you never want to have something inside a hole that's wobbling around. Let me get the plumber's tape. There's the shaft. Here's the plumber's tape. The way you use plumber's tape is you want to wrap it in the direction so that when you screw things in, the tape doesn't come off. And so let me grab a little bit of tape here. I'm going to tear it off. Normally you don't need to. But this is going to screw in to the right. So I think you can see I've got the tape over there. You want to put it on so that it grabs the threads. See how it's biting into the threads now? And this just makes it more secure. You do not want to do, I would not put Loctite on here. You could cause yourself a lot of trouble removing it. You can see I'm getting dirt on my fingers now, but this is how you use plumber's tape. Screwing it on so that when it screws in, or putting it on so when it screws in, it will not come off as I turn it into the hole. So this is just a suggestion. I take no responsibility if you hurt yourself or kill yourself doing this. And then you want to line it up, but you don't want to use a wrench. You want to screw it in with your fingers, make sure it goes in, and it does not cross thread. Try to get a better picture here for you. And then after you feed it in, and this could be the problem, you can see how wobbly and loose this is, but that's how threads are. They tighten up at the very end, and you saw that when I put on the tool, this came right off without any effort. I didn't even have to loosen it. So things are almost tight. Get your wrench. Use the right side, it helps. Not the right side, but the right side is the correct side. Try not to sweat all over the camera as I do this. It's a hot night in Los Angeles, and you want to tighten this down. Get it tight, and once it's tight, then hold on to your shaft. Always hold on to your shaft when you're doing this. Hold on to your shaft. Let me get a better picture. And hold the shaft and pull up on the wrench. Try to get it as tight as possible. And that's the best you can do. I believe this will fix the problem. And if not, then you go to replacing the pedal. If that doesn't work, then you're going to have to deal with Bowflex, Nautilus, trying to find out how to repair your broken bike. I'm on the bike now after doing the plumber's tape. I'm trying to kick my foot around a little bit, like I did before. And it sounds, it looks like it repaired the problem. So maybe if you have plumber's tape, tighten things down and seal it with plumber's tape. If you don't have it, torque it down the best you can and try to make it a tight fit. If you need to use something that will seal threads but not permanently, put it inside there. That might solve your problem. If all else fails, if you're under warranty, have Nautilus, Bowflex send out a new pedal, but you might run into the same problem if you can't tighten it. I don't have this problem on my left side, I just have it on the right pedal. That's how I was pretty sure it was a pedal problem and not a gear problem inside the bicycle. And this might save you a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of stress and effort. So good luck fixing your bike. As you can hear right now, it is repaired, I hope. Let me put it on level 4 like I did in the original test, and we'll make sure that it's not thumping. Level 4. No thumping, no clanking, no clumping, no chumping. Not bad, huh? A little bit of torque for 5 cents worth of plumber's tape, and you too can have an incredible bicycle repair. Yes, I know, I am awesome. Good luck.